Hello and welcome to today's webinar, The Importance of Soft Skills and the Human Touch in a Technology-Driven World. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we reside. McMaster University recognizes and acknowledges that it is located on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee Nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. My name is Katie, and I'm a program manager here at McMaster Continuing Education, and I will be your host for today. Today, I'm joined by our guest speakers, Gail Belcourt, Liz Wood, Aramid Kerr, and Narissa Knapp. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Gail Belcourt. Gail has dedicated many years to the professional development of administrative professionals, serving as the National Registrar for the Association of Administrative Professionals. She is deeply passionate about helping individuals advance in their careers and promoting the value of certification. Gail finds great satisfaction in supporting members as they take pivotal steps in their professional journeys and enjoys working closely with educational partners to expand awareness and reach of these certification programs. Next, I'm pleased to introduce three of our very own McMaster Continuing Education Business Administration subject matter experts and instructors. Liz Wood is a solutions-oriented leader with expertise in organizational design, change management, policy development and implementation, and regulatory oversight governance. She earned an MBA as well as a Bachelor of Commerce in Management, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and is currently pursuing a Master of Laws in Securities. Liz also holds several industry-leading certifications and considers herself a lifetime learner. Aramid Kerr is a postdoctoral researcher with the University of Toronto, Scarborough, with a PhD in management from India. She is teaching various courses in business management, human resources management, career development at Conestoga College, as well as Sheridan College and the Toronto School of Management, Niagara, since 2019. She's a passionate researcher, and her current research work focuses on enriching the online learning and teaching experience. Next, we have Narissa Knapp, who brings over 15 years of leadership experience in business communications, leadership, team development, and marketing. Narissa holds an executive MBA, a BA in psychology, and many advanced certifications. So as you can see, we have a very well-rounded group of speakers for you today. So now, Gail, I'll hand things over to you.
Thank you so much, Katie. Good morning, everybody. So, first question, is AI the new EA? You likely don't remember when computers first made their appearance in the workplace, and that's almost true for me. I wish. But what I do remember is that my mother was a secretary at a high school, and I remember her talking about how many of the admins within the school board feared that they would be replaced by the computer. They didn't really think about the fact that somebody had to use those computers. But anyway, look how things turned out that way. In many cases, the office admin became the go-to person. In a similar way, in the last couple of years, replacing EAs has become a hot topic. But reality tells us two things. One, you still need someone to use those AI tools. And two, that there are many reasons why we still need the human touch. So you see all the soft skills there. The soft skills are personal attributes that enable individuals to interact both effectively and harmoniously with others. Things like communication, teamwork, empathy, problem solving, time management, all those, they're all valuable soft skills. And while technical skills are essential, soft skills enhance the ability to apply these in a collaborative, efficient manner. Now, administrative professionals often serve as the link between technology and people, making those soft skills invaluable. They frequently manage sensitive situations, confidential information, all those requiring understanding and empathy and the ability to adjust their communication style to fit individuals in different scenarios. And who in a company is more flexible and more adaptable than the administrative professional? I mean, a significant part of our role involves quickly adapting to unexpected changes, coming up with solutions on the spot. You know, all those fires that we are constantly putting out day after day. We get to know how our executives work, things that they prefer, their individual styles. AI can't do that. So there's routine tasks like scheduling meetings, managing calendars, sending reminders, freeing up time for more strategic work. And the AI tools can also assist in organizing, analyzing, interpreting data so that we can make more informed decisions and we can make recommendations. If you have processes that could be improved, AI can suggest ways to optimize them. You know, additionally, AI is an excellent tool for gathering and summarizing information from multiple sources quickly, efficiently, and that helps us stay informed and make better decisions. So those are just a few ways in which AI can be used by us and why our admin toolbox, and whether we realize it or not, we all have one, needs to be balanced with both hard and soft skills. This is where the Association of Administrative Professionals comes in. So the association was founded in 1951 in Toronto, and it was originally known as the Association of Administrative Assistants. So you'll see there that we are the association of choice for administrative professionals. And what we try to do is we inspire, we support, and we advocate and empower professionals from all different industries all together. So when the association started, its goal at the time was to establish a national standard of qualifications for senior secretaries. In 1957, they established a correspondence course through U of T. And when you completed the 3-year program, you received your QAA designation or your Qualified Administrative Assistant. Now, the profession has evolved, and the association rebranded in 2016 to its current name, the Association of Administrative Professionals. And the designation itself changed to the Canadian Certified Administrative Professional, or the CCAP. This shift reflects the broader, more dynamic roles that administrative professionals now hold. So it's no longer just a job, but it's now a recognized profession. So the association encourages its members to pursue opportunities for professional growth, to contribute to the evolving role of office professionals, and to be leaders in innovation, technology, and trends in their workplace. We share best practices, tips, and tricks, all in different ways. We have a national newsletter, we use branch communications, meetings, and we have online platforms that we use. One of the most valuable benefits of membership is the chance to tap into the creativity of our peers. We all know the importance of networking. As part of our membership, we have an online community, and that community gives you access to over 1,000 like-minded individuals. You can ask questions, you can ask for recommendations, just share information. You got some tips you want to share, then go for it. We take pride in blending the fresh ideas and the enthusiasm of new members with the experience and wisdom of our existing members. We offer 2 accreditations earned through courses available at universities and colleges across Canada, like McMaster. And these designations, as I mentioned, one, the Canadian Certified Administrative Professional, or the CCAP, and we have the Canadian Certified Administrative Professional Associate, or the CCAPA. And these are recognized in professional environments and can lead to greater challenges, opportunities, and in some cases, financial rewards for those who achieve it. AAP supports member growth through education, community building, helping members understand their critical role that they play in business. And we sponsor a lot of events, both local and national levels. We have conferences, meetings, workshops, seminars, and webinars, guest speakers, But we aren't all work. We do have social activities as well that we offer our members. And then there's a wide variety of our national sponsors. They provide discounts on things, services, access to professional training, software training, event meeting planning resources. But not only business benefits, there's often personal benefits that some of our sponsors offer as well. So things like discounts on theater tickets. The cooperator's insurance offers a discount on insurance. But members don't always just benefit personally from it. Employers benefit as well. So they're, find that when they let their employees become members, they increase their value as educated professionals dedicated to self-improvement and their ability to manage people and situations and technology effectively. They increase their flexibility to embrace new challenges and adapt to emerging business and technology trends. It also provides access to resources that provide valuable information, networks, and tools instantly. So as you can see there, that 92%, it's an impressive number. Many members tell us that technical training is often easier to get than non-technical training. Employers tend to be more willing to pay for technical training than they do for the soft skill training. They also find members find that it's easier to find training at local colleges and universities. So that's where we come in as well, because we offer training opportunities in both the hard and soft skills. And we find that administrative professionals with strong soft skills can quickly learn new technologies and help others adapt as well. So we offer opportunities at national and local branch levels. We host numerous technical events, topics such as managing email, using Canva, the cloud applications, and of course, how to use ChatGPT or other AI programs. But we have popular events that cover the essential soft skills, like effective communication, personal branding, how to convey your value, becoming a strategic partner to your executive, as well as, goal setting and work-life balance. So many of these events are virtual and they are recorded, allowing members to access them multiple times at their convenience. We do have a career section on our website where employers can have administrative positions posted through AAP for its members. Increasingly, we are seeing that they specifically seek candidates with a certification in office or business administration. Not just ours, but certifications in general, over and above the diploma or the certificate that they get through colleges and universities. So this is showing us that employers recognize the value of having certified professionals on their team. Currently, we have 35 colleges and universities across Canada that have partnered with us to offer the certification course required for our designation. So as you can see, there's definite reasons to become certified, and there are benefits of certification. But if you're not sure about whether or not you want to pursue certification, I have a few questions that you might want to ask yourself. Are other professionals in your industry obtaining it? Will it help you stand out for a promotion or on a job application? Or maybe it'll get you added responsibilities at work. Will it strengthen your knowledge and advance your career? As registrar for the association, I will periodically poll our certification holders to learn what they found most valuable in our courses and how certification has benefited them. And often many will point to a specific course and comment how much they enjoyed it. Often surprisingly, they weren't expecting to enjoy a specific course, but they do, or how useful they found it. But an often made comment I receive is how certification has boosted their self-confidence and increased the respect in their workplace. So our certification requirements, first of all, you have to be a member of AAP. And then once you're a member, you would submit your enrollment form. And once that's done, you begin the remaining requirements. Now, you must maintain your membership in good standing while you are working on your certification. and afterwards to maintain it. Then we also require that verification of experience and core competencies, and we have verification letters that can be used as templates for you to provide your employer with. The CCAP is our higher of the two designations, as it includes a leadership component that the CCAP does not. And with the expanding role of administrative professionals, leadership skills have become increasingly important. But if someone with a CCAPA wants to upgrade to a full CCAP, they can do that by finishing the remaining courses. It's hard to believe, but 12 years ago, McMaster University came on board as one of our educational partners. So as you can see, they offer the 4 compulsory courses and a really good variety of the electives to choose from. But as well as our courses that McMaster offers, we've begun to expand our partnership thanks to Katie reaching out to us, and we've found things like today's event, or McMaster's provided articles for our national newsletter that has gone out to our members that's really relevant to them, and it's greatly appreciated. So we're really trying to expand on those partnerships and make it more than just courses. But after certification, it doesn't just end there. Keeping your certification current is just as important as earning it. It demonstrates your commitment to staying up to date with essential skills. And our renewal process is similar to what's required by other professions like opticians and accountants. You have to work towards certification renewal credits through a 3-year period. And you have to earn 40 credits over that 3-year for your CCAP, 30 for your CCAPA. And that seems daunting to some people, but over the years, I've seen many members earn 3 times that many and still keep going. So it's not as daunting as it seems. And they can be earned in such a variety of ways that it makes it easier. So your involvement in the association, attending meetings, if you serve on a committee, professional development seminars, webinars, if you attend our professional development day. Then there's also volunteering in the community or participating in work committees, things like that. So as you can see, it's really easy to make it possible to renew. So I hope that's giving you an idea of what AAP is about and what we can offer. I hope it encourages you to visit our website, reach out to me with questions, and consider becoming a member. It's a valuable resource for administrative professionals like you. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much, Gail, for your very informative presentation. At this point, we're now going to move into our panel discussion. Okay. So, to get things started, let's get a recap of what are soft skills and why are they important? So, we'll address this question to Narissa.
Hi, Katie. Hi, everyone. Hi, Katie. Thanks very much for your question. That's a great question. As artificial intelligence, automation, and digital tools continue to transform the business landscape, the focus on technical skills is more prominent than ever. However, the effective and successful implementation of these rapidly evolving tools relies heavily on interpersonal skills to understand, to communicate, and collaborate. And this is why soft skills are increasingly important for preserving the personal and emotional aspects that technology alone cannot replicate. So what exactly are soft skills? Soft skills are personal attributes that help individuals to interact effectively, adapt to different situations, and manage social and emotional dynamics. Unlike technical hard skills such as accounting or programming, which are very important skills, soft skills help us to focus on how people actually engage with each other. So when we think of soft skills, they're essential for building relationships, resolving conflicts, and creating a positive work or social environment. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Narissa. So, as a follow-up question to that, in a technology-driven world, how do soft skills help create a more human-centered workplace?
That's a great question, Katie. Thank you. So, in a digital world, the importance of soft skills and the human element cannot be overstated. When we think of the role of human interaction, empathy, active listening, and emotional intelligence, they become even more critical. So, for example, in face to face communications, body language such as eye contact, smiling, head nodding to show that you're paying attention, um, tone and voice inflection, they help to convey emotions and intentions. However, in written communications such as text messages, emails, chat messages, these visual nonverbal cues are missing. So therefore, careful word choice is very essential for clarity and tone. So without these subtle cues of face-to-face interaction and body language, miscommunications can very easily occur. A simple salutation such as, hey, Katie, hi, Katie, hello, Katie, in an email or chat message can set a welcoming tone. And it also depends on the relationship with the person you're communicating with. Practicing empathy by viewing a situation from the other person's lens demonstrates interest and respect. Actively listening to a person can illustrate that you value the person you're communicating with. And quite often, we're so busy thinking of a response in our heads when someone's talking, we're not truly listening. Has anyone experienced that before? I know I have. So these small gestures and human elements, they can make a significant difference in fostering positive interactions in the workplace and also in our daily communications. There's a famous UCLA psychologist, his name is Albert Mehrabian, and he refers to the elements of communication where 55% accounts for body language, 38% accounts for voice inflection and tone, and only 7% accounts for spoken words. So what does that mean? It means that soft skills are even more critical for effective communication in today's digital world. When we think of unspoken and unwritten messages, whether they're intentional or unintentional, they can influence how messages are interpreted and decoded by the receiver. So it is so core to align our nonverbal and verbal communication to reinforce our messages. Workplaces that value soft skills foster a more inclusive and supportive environment because when employees feel heard, when they feel respected and valued, there's an element of psychological safety. And employees are more likely to be their authentic selves, be more engaged and more productive. Thank you.
Well, certainly, Narissa, I would like to support your point that the human elements can make all the difference in fostering a work environment that's more supportive and that's inclusive. So, I would like to share my own example over here. So, I teach a lot of online classes, and maintaining that human touch, human element is a challenge. So, but I've also observed that when I provide a video feedback, a recorded video, or an audio feedback, that helps in bridging the gap. So when the students they observe my expressions, my body language, my tone, that helps to soften the entire environment. That adds an element of empathy, and they feel more valued and understood. So that
Mhm.
helps them in becoming more active and engaged during the class discussions too. So yes, I agree. Thank you.
Thanks so much for that, Iramit and Narissa. Liz, follow-up question for you. So, how do you feel that professionals can use effective communication and soft skills in the workplace to set boundaries and manage expectations?
Thanks, Katie, and hi, everyone. I think that's a really interesting question because the recent shift in dynamic to a more remote workforce has maybe changed the way we view our expectations as to how people are going to approach work, what they're going to be able to achieve in the time given to them, when they're going to work on it. And it can be a struggle to identify how can we set boundaries? How can we manage those expectations in a way that's supportive of ourselves? So first and foremost, effective communication. really focusing on I, so focusing on the impact on yourself. We want people to be receptive to the message we're giving them. And so if you use a lot of you when you do this or when you say this, it puts people on the defensive and they're instinctively less likely to really hear what you're saying and utilize that information. So making it more about yourself, more about what your needs are, and just being very clear can really help facilitate that. Additionally, use the technology. We are in a world where there's so much technology available to us, and we can use it in ways that support ourselves. There's technology that allows you to collaborate, that allows you to actively seek out feedback. There's technology that allows you to manage timelines, manage projects, assign tasks. And so in those ways, you can really set sort of markers and milestones that everybody is aware of right at the beginning. And then I also want to touch on actually something that Narissa spoke about, which is the importance of really being cognizant of word choice, being cognizant of how you're presenting that. Because we live in a world that is now dominated by electronic messaging, whether it's email, whether it's text message, chat bots, or utilizing some of these softwares I talked about, we have lost a lot of the non-verbal cues that so many of us are rely on to interpret people's meanings and emotions. So we just want to be really, really cognizant of how we're approaching it, how we're greeting people, and especially how we're closing our messaging. Simply saying something like, thanks, appreciate your time can go a long way.
Great. Thanks, Liz. Okay. So I think we will now circle back to Narissa for a question. So, Narissa, how do soft skills enhance the mental health and well-being of employees in a technology-focused environment?
Mhm. That's a really great question, Katie. Before I answer that question, I just wanted to build on something that Liz spoke to, and I really resonate with it, Liz. I really appreciate your insightful comments. You know, you're absolutely right. When using I statements, they help to reduce defensiveness and it fosters a sense of being heard and respected, which is critical during change. And I statements, they also encourage empathy and engagement, leading others to invest in your success. So setting boundaries can also upfront can also clarify expectations and minimize frustration and setting the stage for successful communication and collaboration. And I found from my experience and with my students and just in communication in general, I statements, they foster openness, especially when nonverbal cues are limited in digital communication, because without that body language to convey that tone or intent, carefully crafting responses can ensure clarity and prevent misunderstandings, making it essential for effective communication in this largely text-based environment. And that's why it's so careful to choose our words for clarity and tone. I worked with a lot of mediations and communication that involves soft skills. And I learned that asking the right questions with the right tone can make a significant difference because it can help people to shift from a strong place of positions to interest and explore interest and help them to come from that place of understanding. But the multiple students, international students that we experienced at McMaster MCE, it's also important to understand that people speak multiple languages. So for instance, I speak 2 languages. And sometimes, depending on who's speaking to me, I have to process what someone's saying to me. So it's really important to provide space for response. And soft skills are core to help manage this for verbal tracking and breaking information down into manageable chunks. Does that make sense? To answer your question, Katie, I believe your question is how do soft skills enhance the mental health and well-being of employees in a tech-focused environment? Did I capture that correctly?
Absolutely.
Okay. So soft skills enhance mental health and well-being in a tech-focused environment in a variety of ways. One, by improving communication, as clear, empathetic communication reduces misunderstandings and helps everyone feel heard, which can lower stress and anxiety. 2, fostering collaboration by creating supportive, team-oriented environments. 3, enhancing emotional intelligence by managing emotions and conflicts effectively. 4, promoting work-life balance by helping to manage workloads and prevent burnout. And 5, building resilience. So adaptability and problem-solving skills, they can empower employees to navigate change and challenges, contributing to greater mental health, stability in fast evolving tech spaces. So these skills, they foster a supportive and balanced workplace, essential in tech environments. Thank you.
I'm sure we all have experienced this. So, when we are immersed in technology all day, interacting with someone who listens to your concerns, who provides thoughtful solutions, and shows empathy, I think that feels like lifting of some weight. So, the mental stress that we have been involved in the whole day, that gets reduced a little. So, I'm sure you all would agree with me.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks so much, Irmit and Narissa. Irmit, I have a follow-up question for you. How can professionals effectively balance and integrate technical proficiency with interpersonal skills to enhance career progression?
Thank you, Katie. I think this is a very important question. So it is crucial to balance technical skills and soft skills, especially in a world that's dominated by technical skills. So the first way out is to upskill. And upskilling not only in terms of technical skills, but in terms of soft skills as well. In fact, for every technical skill that we learn, if we try to learn a complementary soft skills that will help us enhance our efficiency of using these technical skills, that will make a difference. For example, if we learn about a new project management concept or a new programming language, enhancing our communication skills, collaboration, all of this will help us in coordinate better, especially with the non-technical stakeholders. We can explain about the complex concepts to them in a layman language. So that will certainly help. Another way is to be more aware about our own self. So self awareness. Technology can also help us in becoming more self aware about our strengths, professional strengths, and areas in which we can build upon our skills. Watch your own videos, your own presentations. Observe where the pause was required, eye contact, body movement, where you got confused, where you feel you need more practice. So, all of this will give you many insights about the areas where you need to develop your soft skills. So, that's another way. And lastly, integrating soft skills in the technical training itself. Once we know that these are the technical aspects that are required in the job, we can pair it up with we can tie it up with a soft skill that can help us improve the application of these technical skills in the real world. For example, data analysis. So if we learn to be more organized, if we learn to be more empathetic, we will be able to analyze that data well, problem solving skills. And that empathy element will help us in understanding the client's requirements and explaining them about what the solution is. So I feel all these three things can help us in maintaining a balance between technical skills and soft skills.
Thanks, Jeremy. I just want to build on that a little bit because you really spoke to me when you talked about self-awareness. That's something I've struggled with throughout my career is really just recognizing where I fit and where my skills fit, especially with the environment changing so dynamically and so quickly. And so I think it's really interesting to note that self-awareness and taking time out to evaluate yourself and evaluate your role and your skill set in what you're working on also helps build confidence. It kind of goes without saying when we know what people are talking about and when we have something we can actively share with others, we feel more confident, we feel more in control. And when we feel more in control and we're able to reduce uncertainty, we're also able to feel less anxious, less stressed by the situation. And we know that confidence, we know that that sort of strong mental health, as Narissa was speaking about, really improves overall productivity. So I'm very supportive of that focus on self-awareness and where you can place the emphasis, I guess, on strengthening your skills.
Great. Thanks so much, Liz. So I do have another question for you. How can professionals use soft skills and effective communication strategies to ensure their contributions are seen and recognized, and that they're able to receive relevant feedback in a virtual or a hybrid workspace?
Okay, so not to sound like a broken record, but utilizing effective communication for a start. So earlier I spoke a little bit about the importance of saying I, to avoid that negative connotation of forcing the responsibility of something quote unquote bad on someone else. But the same goes for ensuring that you're recognized for what you're bringing to the table, for the work you're achieving. So, not being afraid to raise your hand and say, oh, I have this idea, or I put this together, or I was working with so and so, and we believe that this. Just really advocating for yourself and making yourself known, putting yourself to the forefront of a conversation. And that takes a lot of confidence. And it does take some level of stress management because it's anxiety inducing, not knowing what to expect. And that speaks a little bit to change management. So Narissa spoke on this and Irameet spoke on this as well. So change management, especially in a hybrid workplace, can be difficult. Change management is based on communication. It's based on ensuring that everybody is on the same page and everybody has a reason to buy into that change. And so when you're trying to put yourself forth and get feedback, you have to do so in a way that people are comfortable with this new way of doing things. It's not like it was before where somebody would walk down and see you head down working hard on a project, or where you'd pass somebody in a hallway and be able to have that conversation. You need to introduce people to a new way of doing things by saying, hey, can I schedule a meeting with you? I'd like to just talk a little bit about what you've been seeing from me and what I can do to improve my work. And to do so, you have to be adaptable and you have to be flexible. Not everybody has the same work style. Not everybody has the same level of comfort with technology. Not everybody has the same level of comfort working in a remote world. And so being able to adapt to the different people that you're dealing with, and utilize technology to support that. So foundationally. So for example, if I may use myself, I am terrible on camera. My level of anxiety right now is a 9 out of 10. I absolutely hate being on camera. But I do recognize it's very important that people get to read my face and see what I'm thinking and see what I'm feeling and engage with me and understand I'm a real human who has real thoughts. So I will make efforts when I can to put myself into that situation. Alternatively, I always like to follow up with my communications with something in writing, just to reiterate for people that maybe were unfocused or distracted, or maybe they just don't take in information the same way. So I think if you really want to ensure that you're seen and you're recognized in a virtual workplace, you have to be adaptable, you have to be flexible, and you have to embrace every tool at your disposal.
Thanks, Liz.
In addition to what Liz just mentioned, I would like to add one more point. So, maintain a strong online presence, respond to questions, ask intelligent questions, use the collaborative documents, simple documents like Google Docs, Google Slides. They're fairly easy to use with minimum instructions. And I also strongly encourage the use of Bitmojis and emoticons. So that helps you to keep the screen alive, and that also helps you in receiving a real time feedback. So many a times people are not comfortable to share feedback, or not, they're not comfortable to switch on their cameras or microphones. That works great in such situations. And that also helps you in knowing how you are being heard, how people are feeling about what you are saying. So I think that's a very, very powerful tool, and it also adds a touch of fun and engagement in the session.
Mhm.
Thanks very much for that, Irameet and Liz.
Mhm.
So I do have, did you have something to add there, Narissa? Please feel
Yes,
free.
I
Okay,
would
go ahead.
like to take a moment just to build on Liz's points and Erin's points. Like, you raise such great points, when we think about tying everything back to the human workplace. Liz, you mentioned, and Erinmeet, you mentioned, being self-aware. And when I think of being self-aware, I think of emotional intelligence and soft skills, right? Because emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, to understand, and manage your own emotions as well as the emotions of others. So it involves key components of self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. So when we think of soft skills, people with high EI can manage stress. They can communicate effectively, empathize with others, and navigate social situations, making it essential for personal and professional success. And I think this is core when we integrate soft skills and the digital world. Liz, you mentioned change management, and you spoke to something that really resonated with me. Absolutely. I think effective change management relies on clear communication and transparency to reduce anxiety, because change can often create anxiety. But if we have clear, empathetic communication tailored to our audience, it helps to manage it, because transparency and strong soft skills, they can build trust and they can ease the transition. And to build on what you shared, Aramit, embracing a growth mindset is so essential for navigating the challenges of new technology. So staying curious and adaptable certainly opens the door to new learning opportunities. And along with leveraging AI and digital online tools to enhance learning, soft skills, like I mentioned, such as active listening, empathy, and emotional intelligence, they're just as crucial. So if we integrate and foster soft skills within a tech-focused environment, organizations can create more supportive and resilient workplaces. And what does this mean? In turn, this can improve collaboration, adaptability, it can boost mental health and the well-being of team members, allowing them to move forward with confidence in a rapidly evolving digital world. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Nerissa. I just have another question for you, Earmeet. How can professionals cultivate adaptability and continuous learning mindset to stay competitive and relevant in a rapidly evolving technology industry?
All right, thank you, Katie. This question partially has already been touched by Liz and Nerissa in their points, but I would just like to add on a few things over here.
Mhm.
So, embracing a growth mindset, as Nerissa was just mentioning, be open to the learning opportunities, have a growth mindset. So, view these, if there are challenges, view them as opportunities. For example, if there is a new language coming up or a new technology that's coming up, instead of considering it as a challenge or something that overwhelms you, try to think how you can possibly, how this technology can help you in reducing your workload or help you in becoming more efficient and work faster. So, that's one way of doing it. And secondly, be a lifelong learner. So there is no right age to learn, there is no right time to learn. And with so many opportunities, informal and formal both, existing around us, I think we all should aim towards being a lifelong learner. Consider enrolling yourself for some online courses, short-term courses, micro credentials. So everybody is now micro credentials are gaining popularity. So that's another way. Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, that's an excellent resource. Networking, informational interviews. So there are so many informal and formal learning opportunities. And just to share, I think in 2021, I read a news about an 87-year-old woman who earned a master's degree from York University. Fantastic and so inspiring. In fact, in my class also, I do have a grandmother who has 3 grandkids, and I am so inspired by her. That's lovely. So there's no age or time for learning. Be a lifelong learner and open your mind, have a growth mindset. And lastly, practice resiliency and positivity. Ups and downs will always keep on happening. The old saying, whether the glass is half empty or half full. If we say it's half empty, this means we are positive. If we say half empty, this means that's a negative perspective. But things have moved beyond that. It's not about positive or negative, it's about exploring the opportunities. So even if the glass is half empty or half full, you still have that half a glass to fill it up with a concentrate of your flavor, to fill it up with a liquid of your choice, or anything that helps you to taste it better, that helps you feel good, and that helps you in turning the things in your direction. So that should be the mindset now, how to explore the possibilities, positive or negative, and be resilient, because ups and downs will always be there, but we have to bounce back.
Thank you so much to our panelists. That was a really engaging, enriching discussion. So we're now going to move on to a quick recap of what McMaster continuing education courses that we have to offer that may be of interest to you related to today's topic. So to start off with our business administration program, we have some really relevant courses, such as the Business Communications course, Biz 850, and Principles and Practices of Supervision. Gail had mentioned that for the Association Administrative Professional Certifications, there are some courses that McMaster offers. We do have a table on our website that outlines that nicely. So if you want to visit our business administration section of our McMaster Continuing Education website, there is a chart on professional associations where you can find those specific courses laid out. The nice thing is you can kickstart your diploma in business administration studies, as well as pursuing the Association of Administrative Professionals certifications, because there is some overlap there. So it's nice to be able to pursue both. If you're looking for something shorter, say you don't want to pursue a full 3-unit academic course, we do have some shorter offerings through our Essentials programs. And you can see that information on our website. There is a wide variety of very interesting courses related to soft skills that you can take. In terms of the timeline, they're online virtual format, so it's very flexible and accessible, and they can be between 1 and 4 3-hour sessions. For registration, it's quick and easy through our website. Please visit continuing.mcmaster.ca or reach out to us through our live chat feature during office hours, and we would be happy to help you with any questions about a course that interests you. Thank you so much, everybody. We really, really appreciate your time. And to our speakers, Gail, thank you. It's been wonderful to have you as a guest speaker today. Thank you to our McMaster Continuing Education subject matter expert and instructors for our engaging panel discussion. That was great. And thank you so much to all of our participants attending the webinar. And we hope to hear from you through our McMaster Continuing Education website. We're always happy to help. We have even full course outlines on our website. If there's a course you want further detail on, we're happy to provide that. So by all means, please reach out to us. We're waiting to hear from you.
Thank you, Gail.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you to all of my colleagues and all of the participants. Thank you for being
you.
here today, and I wish you a beautiful day. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.